Alura, a 22-year-old girl from Qingdao, China, currently studying at the University of Toronto. Her school life is different from most Chinese students here. Singer is the second identity of Alura in Canada. She is active in Toronto Chinese community on all the big and small stages, as a performer, also as a contestant of singing contests.
Music is kind of a part of my life, and when I was like stressed out, and I would just listen to music or sing something, or when I'm driving, and music can calm me down.
Since I come home, well my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come over, Valerie?
With the spare time of studying, she often goes to a music studio called Oversea Studio to find her producer to work with music.
Sorry.
You can't do it unless you relax your face. 2, 3. Really tight here, as much as you can. Again, 2, 3. One more. 2, 3. Okay. Nicely down. Right now.
I think when it started with when I was in like very young, like childhood, because my aunt, she had a lot of music tape when I was about 3 years old or 4 years old, and I'm just singing with these tapes, and I think that's the very beginning of my music way.
She takes classes with the people sharing the same hobby with her, practice vocal, and improvise together. For them, these are very important ways to improve.
I've known Alura for a couple of years, and she's always been very interested in singing. Out of all my students, she's probably the hardest worker. I only started working with her recently, and she's probably the first person who I've ever met that wants to work more than I do. She's always willing to take a lesson and always willing to stay long and very often until quite late just to work on her singing. She's got a lot of talent. She's improved a lot in the time I've known her. I've seen her join every contest that exists, and unless she has exams, she's putting 100% effort into it. I know she really wants it, and so does many other people, but for certain, out of all my students, she's probably working the hardest.
Recently, she is busy with sending demos to China's music TV shows, so she spends more time and energy with her producer to discuss music rearranging and recording.
I believe the future of this industry is growing in Toronto a lot, and I know in China I always hear that so many shows and opportunities exist. In Hong Kong and other countries it's already established, but in Toronto it's certainly growing. It's growing a lot every year. I remember just a couple years ago there was only a few singers, and now there's thousands of singers, and so more and more people. Because more and more people are interested, and more opportunities exist, and everything starts growing. More businesses, supporting it start coming out because they whoever enjoys it, and they all like it. It's growing a lot, and I don't think it's going to end.
Here's a lot of difficult for me to practice my music, because I'm here is like an international student, so I have a lot of time to work on my study, work on my school. And I'm a math student. I have a lot of assignment, quiz, paper, whatever, a lot of stuff to do. And this kind of like singing competition in North America, it costs a lot of like patience and time to practice songs. Like maybe 1 year ago, and it's very popular to pick somebody you don't know and to practice one song with them. And it takes more time than myself practice a song. It gives me more chance and to know more kind of music and to know what different kind of like technique from different people. So it's cool, but it's hard.
At home, Alura does not stay idle. She uses her free time to broadcast on social media, through this way to enhance her performance and increase popularity.
I sent a lot of demos this year to Chinese TV shows like The Voice, and another one is an English name of it. It's kind of popular, and I think if I have chance to go back to China to go to some TV shows, it can help me to find maybe some company to help me to make my own album or maybe my own shows, whatever. And because I think it's the very beginning to start with my music, like make it as a career. So maybe it's interesting.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing in my head. I'm painting a picture. Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your change of hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie, Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house up a cell? Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a tank. Hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your gear. Are you busy? And did you have to pay the fine that you're adopting all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss you changing hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over?